right, y'all, let's move on. So I want to move on to this whole whites only town. Have you guys heard of that? And what's your thoughts on it? I want to know your thoughts on the whole whites only town. I want to play a clip of this lady talking about it. And I want to know your thoughts on it, because are you mad about it as a black person that these people are building a white town just for whites? They don't want mixed people. They don't want anybody. They want pure white folks in there. Does that bother you that these people are deciding to build a white town? Let me know in the chat below. I want to hear your thoughts on this one.
Part about that whites only town in Arkansas. Black folks ain't mad, and you're mad, we not mad. So there's a brand new whites only town in Arkansas, and the gag is black people don't even care. Now, I've seen the comments. Aren't black people upset? Why are you mad about this? We gonna clear this up right now. Nobody's upset, Popo. See, the one thing black people ain't gonna do is lose sleep over other people that want to create a safe space for themselves. Build your own little town, plant a flag, that's fine. Hang a welcome sign, whatever makes you feel good. Honestly, we gotta be real about something, because I saw the interviews, I saw the clips. This ain't a town of exceptional people. I mean, think about it. If you drop everything to move to this town, you probably already didn't have much going on anyway, right? And that's not shade, that's facts. So the question is, again, why should black folks care? This is the part that cracks me up the most. Y'all want us to care. I see the confusion in your eyes. I see it. Y'all like, don't the blacks care? Don't they want to be where we are? Nah. We just want to make sure when we build our communities, we're not cheated out of the things that we're supposed to have. That's all we care about, boo. And it's wild because history has shown as soon as black people do build their own thriving spaces, what happened? Some of your people roll up and burn the whole thing down. Yes. But we're supposed to believe now y'all just want to be left alone. Child, I'm going to tell you what really gave it away for me, though. The fact that they ran to the media. That's not privacy, y'all. That's desperation. Numbers must be low. If you got to beg the evening news to let them know that you exist, waitlist my ass. See, if black folks were building their town, the media would be the last people that we want to know about it. We gatekeep. We ain't trying to broadcast. But y'all couldn't wait to hold a press conference. That's not security, that's thirst. So no, we're not upset. We're not jealous. We're not even plotting to crash your party. Because truth be told, we really don't care. And honestly, that's what really bothers y'all.
Me and my husband will talk about this. We don't care. If you want to go off, which I say is in the Ozarks, and you want to, they already have communities where it's just them. What the sundown towns and all of these things. Nobody really cares. I don't think black people are up in arms about them having a whites only town. I have no care in the world about them doing that. But I do think it's interesting that, she mentioned when black folks decided they wanted to build their own towns and had their own banks and all these things, they destroyed it. They destroyed it. We had Black Wall Street and all of these different places that were once communities of, black people. Which somebody mentioned as well, they never said that whites couldn't be in there. You didn't even say it's only for, black, that they couldn't. But when black people, created this, they destroyed it. They took it down because you didn't want to see them prosper and grow. You know what I'm saying? When people, and some would even argue that black people were better off being segregated, and we probably would do much better because, when black people built these towns and had banks and all of these things, they were supporting each other. They were supporting each other's businesses and thriving and growing. But soon as desegregation came into play, now it's split up. The black dollar, it diminished because now black people are spending their money with the white folks, building them up to this day. Now them building them up. And so, when it comes to that, I don't think, and then it's not like as black people, we just decided that, no, you complain about black people in your establishments. Oh, black people couldn't come to your restaurants. You don't want them in your theaters. You don't want them nowhere because they black. So then when they moved on and said, we're going to start our own stuff, then why would you went and tore it up and deleted people, got rid of everything that they've built up. So it's like, it makes sense though that, these people want to establish their own white towns or communities, but at the same time, you want there to be, I think they somewhat want an outrage of black people to have a problem with it because they had a problem with black people separating themselves from them. Even though you say you didn't want them there. You didn't want them there, but then when they move on, you go tap everything that they've created, which doesn't make any sense. So it sounds like an issue that they have. You know what I'm saying? And so nobody, once again, black people ain't going over there messing. The only difference is, see, they came into black communities and hurt the black people and burned up their stuff and did all these things. Black people are not going into their communities doing that. Black people are not going into their communities tearing down their properties and doing this stuff because black people really didn't care. They don't care about any of that. So I once again, most black people don't care. It's not, something that we're phased by. Go ahead and do your thing. I don't think most people care.